That's why the area at my house keep flooding.
What is that?
Oh, huh? What is that? Oh, it's my Bubu, guys.
The Bubu traditional fish trap is an indigenous fishing technology used by the Iban people of Sarawak, Malaysia. This handcraft fish trap is typically cylindrical in shape and made from bamboo or rattan, reflecting the community's deep knowledge of local natural resources and sustainable fishing practice. Historically, the Bubu fish trap has been an essential tool for the Iban people, ensuring a steady supply of fish, which is a staple in their diet. The Bubu fish trap is also a symbol of cultural identity and heritage. The craftsmanship involved in making these traps has been passed down through generations, preserving traditional skills and knowledge. Additionally, the use of natural materials reflects the Iban respect for their environment.
I remember back then, my grandpa was a fisherman when he used to catch fishes for the whole kampung.
But do you really know how to use it?
Yes, I do. Of course, I know how to use it. Watch me.
Are you sure you know how to use it?
Of course, I know. Let me show you how it's done. Wait. Hiya.
I don't know how to use this. Maybe can think of a way to innovate this.
Let me think first. What can we do with this crab?
Oh, what are you guys doing?
We are picking up rubbish.
Yeah, if only there was a way that could help us pick up rubbish as well.
Oh, you want to use this? Yeah. Oh, you can use this to catch rubbish.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Let's go look at our new invention.
Crazy, like, it's been raining these days. Boo, what is that? Your new invention? Let's see.
Water bucket, release!
Oh, perfect.
The design tab opening of the Bubu trap has a wide at the entrance and narrow inside. This design allows rubbish to flow in easily, but once inside, it's hard for the rubbish to come out.
One of the physics concepts that have been applied in this model is buoyant force. It is the upward force that water exerts on object. According to Archimedes' principle, the buoyant force equals to the weight of the water displaced by an object. If the weight of the object is less than the buoyant force, the object will float. That's why things like plastic bottles, wrapper, and foam pieces float in the drain water. They are light and the buoyant force pushes them up. But here is where Bubu comes in. Bubu is the trash trap designed to sit in drains and waterways. It does not just use buoyant force, it applies it. Bubu is designed to float as well, staying at water surface to catch the floating trash before it flows into river and ocean.
Alright, I'm going to explain the physics concept, which is energy, and how it is related to our Bubu. Before that, let us explore a bit about energy. So, the law of conservation of energy stated that energy is neither created nor destroyed, but only transformed from one form to another. So, how it is related to the Bubu? In the video, as you can see, the flowing water carries kinetic energy. The Bubu is placed facing the same direction of the water flow to make it easier for the rubbish to enter the Bubu. Once the rubbish enter the Bubu, it will struggle to escape because their energy is less useful for them to escape, since their movement is against the water flows. So, that is how the conservation of energy is related and applies to our project.
Also, according to the Bernoulli principles, when water flows into a narrow opening, it spits it out, which causes the pressure to drop inside the trap. The higher the pressure outside, help push the rubbish into the trap. So the Bubu trap works by using water flow, pressure difference, and clever shape to trap rubbish.
Hi everyone, today I'll be sharing our group project reflections as well as my personal reflection based on the project that we have just completed. So I can say that one of our key strengths in our group is communication, as we consistently check in through group chat and meetings, which help us to stay on track quickly, resolve any issue. Everyone contributed meaningfully and we were respectful of each other's opinion. However, there was a time when the things did not go exactly as we planned, like some miscommunication, missed deadline and last minute edit. But what really stood out was our willingness to adapt with this kind of problem, as we trying to find the solution quickly by having a small discussion. On a personal level, this project challenged me to step up, as entirely I was not understand what's the project or what this project needs to be done and how was it going on. And I took a role as a strategist in our group, and through that I discovered how important is it to be both reliable and flexible. I realized I could have communicated more frequently, especially when I was stuck or unsure. But I learned that speaking up early helped us and the whole team to stay on track. Also, I learned how to balance giving input with making space for other ideas. That's something that's easy to overlook in a group setting. Overall, I am proud of what we achieved as a team. We support each other, adapted to the challenges, and deliver a solid final product. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Me being part of this group taught me a lot of things. Honestly, I'm glad that I was able to work on this group with my friends. At first, I was so confused and lost because I have no idea on how to start on this project because it primarily focused on indigenous terms. But what makes me enjoy being part of this team is the challenges, the challenges, the journey that we all gone through, which makes me will forever cherish this memory. I hope that in the future, I will get to do this project again with my group mates.
I'm very happy to be able to do this project with my group. We were able to complete the project with some disagreements but understanding with each other, as well as making time to attend the meeting which we held frequently. Through this project, I was able to learn and appreciate more on the indigenous technology. As a person not from Sarawak, I wasn't too knowledgeable in the indigenous culture, so I had not much insight on it. But after the project, I've come to learn how advanced that technology were, with some being comparable with the technology today.
When starting this project, I didn't know much about the indigenous technology used by our ancestors. Through this project, I learned how they use the Bubu tribe to catch fish, and I also discovered the physics concept behind how the Bubu tribe works. Along the way, we faced many challenges, but I conducted several surveys and did a lot of research, which helped me to gain new knowledge and insight. I'm truly proud of them, to our ancestors, for being able to create new technologies, even during the time with no modern tools and resources were not available.
Before the project started, I was a bit reluctant to work with new members, as my friends and I were in the same role, so we couldn't team up together. However, after being placed in this new group, I'm really glad that I got the opportunity to work with different kinds of people, especially seeing how Sarawakians are so proud of their indigenous culture. Like when we were approached by cretin staffs asking us what we were doing with the Bubu, and how they seemed so happy that indigenous items are being brought up today.
Hi, I'm Adrian. So, at the very beginning of our project during the initial contribution phase, it was really difficult for me to think of another indigenous tech that we can use apart from making a log house. My teammates have very different ideas and we ended up making a Bubu. Although making the whole indigenous tech as the theme for our physics project is quite boring at the start, but the problems we face as well as the exciting journey throughout the whole project really makes up for it and makes me think otherwise. Now I'm better equipped with knowledge and also I'm full of enthusiasm and also I'm full with mutual respect towards these indigenous techs. So overall this is a 10 out of 10 project for me and I'll definitely try my best to preserve these indigenous techs.
In the beginning, I was not really sure that what this project was all about. The terms indigenous technology was so unfamiliar to me, but as the project went on and with the help of my teammates, I get to know more about the indigenous terms and the technology used by them. Throughout the project, I learned a lot and I appreciate all of it because it's made me realize that how distinct and how special Sarawak is. Overall, I'm very satisfied with the outcomes and I think this project is a success in terms of enabling students to explore the uniqueness of our home nation, Malaysia. Thank you.
I'm very happy and grateful to be part of the team in this group project. As one of the indigenous people, I'm very proud of my friends because they have taken interest in learning about our indigenous culture. I also learned a lot of things about others' indigenous culture through this project. Our team have made a lot of great memories through our journey finishing our projects. So I hope in the next group project, I'm able to be in the same team as them.